The second you step off the plane, it's gonna hit. No Instagram, no YouTube, no Facebook. And for you late night deviants, no sauce. Best get yourself a VPN, or better yet, offer yourself up for sponsorship. Somebody, please. I'm cheap and I don't want to pay for it. So I've been in China for roughly around 2 weeks, and here are some of the things that I think about that. Technology. Man, if I could get my fucking technology to work, that would be fantastic. Technology in China exists in a yin and yang state. For every high-speed train that cuts across the nation, there is a squat toilet with pipes too small to flush toilet paper down. I wish that I could say that these were some kind of old school phenomenon, similar to how Japan has rural squat toilets, but these are actually just a common phenomenon. They're everywhere. Outside of the major cities like Beijing and Shanghai, you will be finding squatties. Another example of the yin and yang state of technology here is that I can look outside my apartment window and see a whole bunch of newly built high-rise apartments, and yet the tap water within those apartments and within my own is considered unsafe to drink. I thought this was China, not Flint, Michigan. Another way that technology has been woven into the cultural fabric of China is that all the major forms of payment are done through either Wechat Pay or Alipay. You are not going to get far without these. And I mean that literally. You're probably not even going to be able to buy a train ticket. While cash can still be used, you might have a tricky time finding an ATM. And people will be genuinely surprised whenever you pull old Mao's face out of your pocket. Cleanliness. When walking around town, I've been genuinely surprised at how clean the streets are, especially given how chaotic they are, but we're gonna get to that. They're genuinely immaculate. However, you cannot lower your guard, because Chinese people love to spit. And I'm talking from the back of the lungs, spitting. When I was in Beijing airport waiting for my connection flight, there was in fact a notable lack of pavements, and I witnessed people on multiple occasions spitting into bins. Side note, customs officers in Beijing were really nice. Mad Max Fury China. I have been in about 6 taxi rides at this point in China, and each one of those taxi rides has aged me considerably. I was 30 when I arrived. I will be 60 when I leave, and I'm leaving in a few months. There's a lot of wild swerving, there's a lot of cutting people off, and there's a general choosing to ignore any concept of lanes. I guess whenever they imported over the ideas for road systems, no one bothered to look at the rules or translate those over, because it is like Mad Max out there. You see, the Chinese have got places to be, and for whatever reason, you dared to think that you could get in the way. This gets extra complicated with the mopeds and the electric scooters that are wildly popular here. But in a strange twist of fate, the more popular something seems to be, the less rules seem to be applied to it. Sometimes these things are on the road, sometimes they're on the pavement, sometimes they're in designated zones. I don't know. Where are they going? Why is it running towards me? Am I going to die? I'm not kidding. Walk around long enough and eventually you will be playing chicken with one of these things on the pavement. And you will lose. Money, 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 money. Money. Getting in nice and close for this one. So I have lived in what would be classified as a fair few capitalist countries. And yet it's here in communist China where I sense that money has taken its place as the great dictator of social values. Attempts to display wealth are ever present. During my flight over, I might have been the only person not traveling with a Louis Vuitton bag or wearing a Gucci jacket. And in major cities like Shanghai and Shenzhen, gargantuan displays light up the skyscrapers at night, basically removing the need for downtown lighting. However, Gucci jackets and a Blade Runner skyline are not realities for most people living in China, and certainly not for the people living where I live. In my part of China, we're still trying to hit mechanized farming, never mind light up skyscrapers. At times, it's honestly hard to believe that this is all the same country, and that citizens could have such a diverse experience just depending on where they're born. Now, I don't know how possible it is for Chinese people to move up and down different economic ladders, but it certainly feels to me that those who don't have will never have, and those that do have buy Gucci jackets.
Wechat.
You see this? This is Wechat, and this app is important to China in ways that no Western app comes close to matching. I pay my rent on this app. I message my friends on this app. The same app that I ignore my work colleagues on. You can play games on it, you can search for nearby locals, you can watch videos, post memes, share your own content. And as if that wasn't enough, Wechat is one of the 2 widely accepted ways to pay for anything in China. This app is the only way that people in China communicate both professionally and personally. There are no emails in China. China said no to the email chain. They said Wechat. The Chinese world is all right here in this tiny green box. Alright, so those are my thoughts so far on China after a couple of weeks. Bye. Oh, side note, just wanted to say that I have viewed about 5 or 6 apartments in China before I settled on this one, and every single one of them came with one of these. How Chinese is that?